Mother bought her 4-year-old daughter a teddy bear, but what she discovered inside will shock you. This absolute nightmare began when Kinsley, a mother from Arizona, was taking a walk in the neighborhood with her 4-year-old daughter, Leona. As they strolled through their peaceful suburb, they stumbled upon a man selling his old belongings outside his house. He had set up a makeshift yard sale, with various items spread out on tables and blankets. Curious, Kinsley and Leona approached the display. The man, who appeared to be in his late 50s, waved at them warmly. Kinsley asked her daughter if she would like anything since her birthday was in 3 days and, unfortunately, she hadn't been able to buy her a present yet. Leona's eyes lit up with excitement as she scanned the items, finally zeroing in on a worn but still charming brown teddy bear. Despite the man's friendly demeanor, Kinsley found it odd that he was selling so many old toys and children's items. She knew he lived alone and had never seen any children visiting his part of the neighborhood. Nevertheless, the man seemed kind, and they had a pleasant conversation while Leona inspected the bear. Leona immediately fell in love with the teddy bear, hugging it tightly and declaring it her new best friend. Kinsley, pleased to see her daughter so happy, handed over a few dollars, and they continued their walk. However, as they walked home, Kinsley couldn't shake off a nagging sense of unease. Something about the man and his collection of old toys seemed off. That evening, she decided to share her feelings with her husband, James. James listened carefully as Kinsley recounted their encounter. Sharing his wife's instinct for caution, he took the teddy bear from Leona's room once she had fallen asleep. As he held it, he noticed it felt unusually heavy and firm in some places, as if something was hidden inside. With a growing sense of urgency, James brought the teddy bear into the kitchen and grabbed a knife. Carefully, he began to cut open the seams of the bear. As he sliced through the fabric, he felt a chill run down his spine. Reaching inside, he pulled out a small, tightly wrapped plastic package. Their hearts racing, Kinsley and James unwrapped the package to reveal a cache of small, sealed bags filled with what appeared to be drugs. They were horrified. The teddy bear, an innocent gift for their daughter, had been used as a smuggling vessel. Immediately, they contacted the police, who arrived swiftly to investigate. The authorities confirmed that the packages contained illegal substances and launched an investigation into the man selling the items. It turned out he was part of a local drug ring using children's toys to transport and hide their contraband. Kinsley and James were shaken, but relieved that they had trusted their instincts and discovered the truth before any harm could come to their daughter. The incident served as a stark reminder of the hidden dangers that can lurk behind seemingly innocent encounters. In the end, Leona was safe, but the experience left a lasting impression on the family. They learned to be vigilant and trust their gut feelings, understanding that sometimes danger can be hidden in the most unexpected places. The following weeks were a whirlwind for Kinsley and James. The police investigation uncovered a larger network of individuals involved in the operation, leading to multiple arrests. Kinsley and James cooperated with the authorities, providing statements and identifying the man who sold them the teddy bear. Meanwhile, the story of their discovery spread throughout the community, leaving neighbors both shocked and vigilant. The once tranquil neighborhood was now on high alert, with parents paying closer attention to their children's toys and interactions with strangers. Despite the chaos, Kinsley and James made a concerted effort to maintain a sense of normalcy for Leona. They replaced the teddy bear with a new, safe one and showered her with love and reassurance. The little girl, blissfully unaware of the danger she had narrowly escaped, continued to play happily with her new toy. One sunny afternoon, a few weeks after the incident, Kinsley and Leona were back on their routine neighborhood walk. This time, they were more cautious, scanning their surroundings and steering clear of unfamiliar faces. They passed by the house where the man had held his yard sale, now empty and abandoned, a stark reminder of the recent events. As they walked, they bumped into Mrs. Thompson, an elderly neighbor known for her kind heart and delicious cookies. Mrs. Thompson had heard about the incident and offered her heartfelt support, inviting them over for tea. Kinsley accepted, grateful for the distraction and the company. Over tea and cookies, Mrs. Thompson shared stories from her past, making Kinsley and Leona laugh and feel at ease. She spoke of the importance of community and looking out for one another, values that had always been the backbone of their neighborhood. Back at home, James was busy ensuring all remnants of the traumatic event were removed. He had installed additional security measures, including cameras and alarms, to make their home as safe as possible. The couple had also joined a neighborhood watch group, strengthening their ties with their community and working together to ensure such an incident wouldn't happen again. One evening, as they tucked Leona into bed, she asked innocently, "Mommy, why did you get rid of my teddy bear?" Kinsley exchanged a glance with James, and they both took a deep breath. "Honey, sometimes there are things inside toys that shouldn't be there. We just wanted to make sure you were safe," Kinsley explained gently. Leona pondered this for a moment, then smiled brightly. "I like my new teddy bear even more," she declared, hugging it close. Kinsley and James kissed her goodnight, feeling a wave of relief wash over them. They had been through a terrifying ordeal, but their family was stronger and more united because of it. In the months that followed, life gradually returned to normal. Kinsley and James remained vigilant, but refused to let fear dictate their lives. They focused on creating a safe and loving environment for Leona, one where she could grow and thrive without the shadow of past dangers. The neighborhood, once rattled by the news, also began to heal. The community grew closer, more watchful, and supportive of each other. The incident, while harrowing, had strengthened the bonds between neighbors, reminding them of the importance of unity and vigilance. As summer turned to fall, the memory of the teddy bear and its hidden contents began to fade, replaced by new, happier memories. Kinsley and James took comfort in knowing they had protected their daughter from harm and had taken steps to prevent such an event from happening again. One crisp autumn evening, as they sat on the porch watching Leona play in the yard, Kinsley turned to James and smiled. "We did the right thing," she said softly. James nodded, wrapping an arm around her shoulders. "Yes, we did. And we'll always do whatever it takes to keep her safe." Their journey had been a challenging one, but it had brought them closer together and made them stronger. And as they watched their daughter play, they knew that no matter what the future held, they would face it together as a family. As the months passed, Kinsley, James, and Leona settled back into their daily routines. The memory of the teddy bear incident began to blur as life moved forward. Leona started preschool, making new friends and bringing home art projects that adorned the refrigerator. Kinsley resumed her work from home job, balancing her time between professional responsibilities and family life. James continued his job as an engineer, always making time for family dinners and weekend adventures. The neighborhood had transformed in the wake of the ordeal. The community's newfound solidarity was evident in the regular neighborhood watch meetings, where families shared updates and tips for keeping everyone safe. The once quiet streets now buzzed with a heightened sense of camaraderie and collective vigilance. One sunny Saturday, the community organized a block party to celebrate their unity and resilience. Kinsley and James eagerly participated, contributing homemade dishes to the potluck and helping set up games for the children. The air was filled with laughter and the scent of grilled food, a stark contrast to the tension that had gripped the neighborhood months earlier. Leona, now 5 and full of energy, ran around with her friends, her new teddy bear clutched tightly in her arms. The parents watched fondly, chatting and sharing stories. Amid the festivities, Kinsley found herself talking to Officer Martinez, the police officer who had helped them during the investigation. "I'm glad to see everyone so happy and relaxed," Officer Martinez remarked, a warm smile on his face. "Me too," Kinsley replied, glancing at Leona. "It's been a tough year, but we've come through stronger." Officer Martinez nodded, Your quick thinking made all the difference. It's a reminder that we should always trust our instincts. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the neighborhood, the block party showed no signs of slowing down. Children's laughter echoed as they played games, while adults continued to mingle and enjoy each other's company. Kinsley and James felt a profound sense of gratitude for their community and the support they had received. Later that evening, as the family walked home, Leona skipped ahead, her teddy bear swinging by its paw. "Can we have another block party soon, Mommy?" she asked, her eyes shining with excitement. "I'm sure we will, sweetheart," Kinsley replied, smiling at her daughter's enthusiasm. Back at home, they went through their usual bedtime routine. After reading Leona a story and tucking her in, Kinsley and James retreated to the living room, enjoying the quiet after a busy day. "I think we've finally turned a corner," James said, stretching out on the couch. Kinsley nodded, feeling a sense of peace she hadn't felt in a long time. "We have, and I'm so grateful for everyone who's supported us." James reached over and took her hand. "Me too. We've built a stronger community because of it." In the months that followed, the neighborhood continued to thrive. Kinsley and James became more involved in community activities, forging deeper connections with their neighbors. They hosted barbecues, organized playdates, and even started a monthly book club. Leona flourished, her preschool years filled with joy and learning. She made lasting friendships and developed a love for reading, often found curled up with a book and her beloved teddy bear. One evening, as the family sat together on the porch, watching the sunset, Kinsley reflected on their journey. The ordeal with the teddy bear had been a harrowing experience, but it had also been a catalyst for positive change. They had grown closer as a family and stronger as a community. "Life has a way of surprising us," Kinsley mused, resting her head on James's shoulder. "It does," James agreed, wrapping his arm around her. "But as long as we face those surprises together, we'll be okay?" And with that, they sat in comfortable silence, watching as the sky turned from orange to pink to twilight blue, confident that whatever the future held, they would meet it with courage and unity.